I decided to do TDS Dares, a pretty big trend where basically you just do weird challenges. I gave myself 1 life per challenge and went to it. The first dare was to beat the game without upgrading any towers. The obvious difficulty here is the lack of late game damage scaling. I had to pick the towers with the highest level 0 damage, so I chose Turret and Outlaw. I grabbed Commander to buff them and Gladiator for the early game. However, I also had to bring Military Base, not a particularly strong tower, but the only one which can damage hidden at base level. So I hopped in the game and chose normal mode. It does give you 10 less waves to place towers compared to Molten, but I knew the higher health of Molten enemies would be too much. I started off by placing Gladiators, and they were able to carry me for the first 6 waves even with no upgrades. On wave 7, I placed all 5 of my military bases, which were then able to kill the Hiddens 2 waves later. On wave 10, I got a turret, which would be crucial for the run, doing 12 DPS on level 0. Over the next couple waves, I placed another turret and a few outlaws, but I was still struggling to kill basically everything. Due to the compressed wave structure of normal mode, on wave 16, the slow boss spawned, a huge tank with 1600 health. I came very close to killing it, but the shadow boss had also spawned. With 450 health, my military bases couldn't do enough damage. I did try to sell and replace them, but it still wasn't enough, and I failed the first dare. The next dare was to win Fallen with only cheap to purchase towers, which meant my options were very limited. The team I came up with was Farm, Commander, DJ, Shotgunner, and Military Base. Shotgunner was recently buffed, so I wanted to see how good it really was. I hopped into Toy Board and began placing Shotgunners and farming, and although things didn't start off strong, I'm already losing, dude. I soon stabilized and was able to upgrade Shotgunners and place some military bases, and I was actually doing fairly well until wave 17, where I got some genuinely bad luck as mystery enemies spawned 5 bosses, and with 2 leaking through, I failed the second dare. For dare 3, I was determined to win. Use green scale only in hardcore. Now the problem with this, shut up. I knew I would need help for this, so I joined a public server, and it was pretty difficult to get in the game with scout equip, but after a couple of minutes, alright, me and this guy can do it ourselves. He literally just trolled me. So after that drama, I rejoined the same server, and this time dig into a full 3-player game. The team took on distinct roles, with Itachi farming, Sebas focusing on ace pilots, and me spamming green scouts. Now, thanks to the gold perk update, I was able to have a buff on the green skin, meaning the tower was actually doing alright damage. We were able to kill the regular zombies pretty easily, and we got to wave 11. This is where it became apparent that hiddens were a major problem. Detection on scouts is very expensive, and I can only get 1 upgrade in time. We were able to survive the first wave of hiddens with a mere 35 health, and progressing on, the planes were able to handle the balloon zombies. However, on wave 13, 12 hiddens spawned, which was just enough to get past the defense and end the run, meaning I failed the 3rd and final dare, but to be fair, I feel like these were pretty difficult.